small. Wow, tiny.
You are currently listening to Tiny Table,
where we explore TTRPGs you might not have heard of.
Whether big or small, we hope to cover them all.
Because we know that great things can come in tiny packages.
Hello and welcome to Tiny Table, where no game is too small. From rules to rolling to review, we teach RPGs so you can play too. And welcome back to our actual play of Draw Steel.
Shing!
We're jumping right back into it because we are in the middle of a fight, but before we do, quick go around, my players, their names and pronouns, their characters' names and pronouns, and of course, if you, as a person, had your own heroic resource in the style of Draw Steel, what would you accumulate over the course of an adventuring day or a fight or a circumstance?
Well, we all know that I would be a paladin-esque person, or a censor in this edition, if you will. So I would build up annoyance.
Do you want to give your name and all that?
I'm Holly, as you know. As you should know from
Entrapped into off-mic talk turned mic-wise. My gosh.
Wow. Turnabout is fair play.
I would just get more annoyed and I become more powerful because I become funnier the more annoyed I am. And I'm playing Amaranth who uses insight.
And to help fuel your annoyance, hi, I'm Skylar. I use he, they, it pronouns. I'm the natural source of Holly's power because she gains a resource anytime I use my resource, which is goofs. I be goofing all the time. Every time my turn starts, I get a goof. Every time someone has a joke I can riff off, I get a gaff. With enough goofs and gaffs, I can still fail to make everybody laugh but myself. With that, I am playing Noelle, the scholar, who uses focus as the tactician.
Hi, I'm Neo. I use they and he pronouns. I'll be playing Darius of Great Legends. And while he accumulates drama, I would accumulate gripes. I accumulate one gripe with every negative customer interaction. And at the end of the day, I get to focus blast all of my gripes to Skylar.
And I have been, and will continue to be your director, Julian, she, her pronouns. And if I were to accumulate a resource, I would accumulate, I think, schemes is what I would do. I'm always scheming about something. I'm always laying down schematics of some game design or world design or any sort of schema that I'm trying to lay out, and I'm always plotting on some bullshit.
It is one of those things where I sometimes wish we did our podcast with like some sort of visual aid element or a camera, because sometimes I'll just ask like a very innocuous question like, oh, certainly there can be more than these two guys, right? And then I'll look up and Julie just has this face that like lets me know instantly that things are about to go terribly for me and my own.
Speaking of going terribly for you and your own, 4 more goblins have just emerged from the embedded in the earth tomb into whence the innocent daughter of Ashley the blacksmith was taken. You've slain 2 of their cohort scouts who were hiding in the tree line, only to be promptly smashed and squashed
Liquefy.
and slashed and slain. But now 4 more emerge, 2 bearing spears, the other 2 with swords in hand. And as the goblins went first prior, they will go first yet again in this round, as the 2 spear bearers charge forth initially and do now a proper and full spear charge of their own. And we'll each be attacking our respective, so far the only 2 targets on this team, Darius and Amaranth.
Hard to be frontliners.
A minimal result towards our friend Amaranth, only 3 damage from their tier 1 result, and just barely into tier 2, 4 damage to Darius as they both make some initial swings with their spears. Which of you wants to respond first?
I could also potentially go first if you guys don't mind.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to go first because starting my turn off, I'm going to get +2 resource here. I am going to mark as my maneuver the one next to Amaranth, and then I'm actually going to follow that up with an attack here. So I have a ranged attack. I'm going to actually use Hammer and Anvil, which will let my ally maybe get an attack off. Afterwards, I will have an edge for this. Okay, so that's only 6, plus 2 for might is 8, plus another 2 for the edge is 10, but that's still only a tier 1 success.
Shoot.
So they will take 7 damage, but I do get to choose an ally within 10 squares of me to use a strike signature ability on the target as a free reaction. So Amaranth, you might be able to finish them off here.
All right. So I'm going to do Fade again. Do I get any edges on this?
You do, because I marked them.
Ooh.
So plus 2.
13.
13, so a tier 2 success.
Okay, cool. So that is going to be 8 damage, and I get to shift up to 2 squares.
8 damage is exactly lethal. These things have, as we've established, 15 health, and it just took 8 and 7.
Okay.
Boom. So it is dead when you perform your shift, so you may shift a little more freely.
And because you hit someone who I had marked and it's the start of a new round, I'm going to get another one of my focus back.
Nice.
Would I be flanking if I move over here?
Not quite flanking, but Darius will be able to get to flanking on Darius's turn, so yeah.
Awesome.
But before any of that, it is going to be the other goblins' turns. The other group of goblins, the ones who arrived a little later out from the interior, wielding their small swords, are going to get closer in a similar manner. They have just enough movement to get up into a flanking position with Darius, so they are going to slide their way into a flank around our troubadour. I believe in terms of order of operations, I don't think monsters go as groups, but I don't know if they get to like both do their movement before either does their attack, so I'll take a moment to look that up because it would affect whether one or both of them gets an edge on their attack against you.
While this is happening, and while you're looking that up, before this one fully makes its way to its location, about halfway through its movement, I'm going to use Overwatch targeting Amaranth, and I'm going to spend a point. My 1 point to focus that I had got earlier. You can do a free ranged strike against them, and if they have reason less than 1, they are slowed.
Ooh. So you were saying this one was going to happen during the approach of the latter of the two assassins,
the latter of
yeah?
the two's turn.
Okay, I looked it up. The monsters themselves, they go in groups for like initiative purposes, but each one must do its full turn in sequence. So it will be one moves up and hits Darius, then the other one moves up to a flanking position to hit Darius, which is when we'll do this triggered ability.
Yes.
So first one makes it up and is going to take a swing at Darius with no edge. It's a tier 2 success for 6 damage. These guys hit a little harder as a sting on Darius. And then you trigger this Overwatch slowdown ability.
Yes, I want to. I would trigger it, I guess, at the end of their movement because I believe you have the ability to hit things from a range,
yeah.
right?
I can throw one of my knives.
So at the end of their regular movement before the charge begins,
Yes.
they would have been.
I have range 10, so
You could totally shoot them.
all good. All right, do I get an edge?
I haven't marked them, so this is just going to be a regular roll.
Okay, that's definitely just going to be tier 1. So it's going to be 5 damage, but I'm going to expend a surge to do 2 more damage. So that's going to overall be 7 points of damage. And from that, I will get another insight.
Very nice. And that also triggers the slowed that you had mentioned there, Skylar, meaning their max movement speed for now is only 2, and they can't make it to the fray at all. They make it only 2 steps closer, and then their run comes to an end.
Ooh, amazing.
Ooh, very nicely wasting through their turn.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. That is my only focus that I'd only just gotten, so I'll be low on resources for a bit, but I think it's worth it to save some damage.
Alrighty.
And for you not to get flanked.
Were we still wanting you to go next, Darius, or Amaranth, do you want to go first?
I can go, because I have something I can do now. So I'm going to roll a D3 to see how many insights I get. That's for this turn. Oh, that is going to be 2. And then I can now do 2 throats at once.
Oof.
A bargain.
Does it actually say that?
Yes.
That's so funny.
Okay,
What a
so-
steal.
What a steal. So like a flash of a shadow, I run around and I'm going to hit them both with my big maneuver.
A big move.
5 damage to them both.
5 damage to both. Ouch.
It's pretty good.
Initial hit on the speared one, and it was the first damage taken by either, so they're not quite winded, but you do spin around both, dagger in each hand, and nick at the shoulders of either. They let out little curses in Sveth.
And because you used a heroic ability for the first time in a round, I'm going to get a focus back. Y'all are fueling me. This is great.
I love it. I love it. That's the end of Amaranth's turn, and all of the goblins have gone, so Darius, you get to go right away.
Excellent. First of all, I'm going to actually change my performance from, instead of blocking, which procs at the end of the turn, I'm going to change to Revitalizing Limerick.
Ooh.
So now the aura is increased to an aura of 5, so if you're within 5 squares of me, you gain this.
Everybody.
Whoa.
At the end of each of your turns while this performance is active, you can choose up to a number of targets equal to 2. Each chosen target can spend a recovery.
Ooh, action economy favoring health recovery. That's good.
Yes, because I'm starting to lose a little bit of stamina. And it can select myself. But before that comes into play, it's time for my turn. In that case, I'm going to spend my 3 drama points to use the ability Quick Rewrite. So each enemy in my area, which is all around me, I am going to write something unexpected into the scene that hinders your enemy. So I think maybe in this tree line, snaggled roots crawl out of the ground and hinder the movement of the goblins.
Very fun.
Whoa.
Let's see just how hindered they are.
That's 16 plus 2 is above 17. Let's go. So they
Okay.
get
Okay.
6 damage. And potency 2, they're restrained.
Okay, so potency 2. So what under your potency? Like which of their abilities needs to be under 2?
P.
Presence. Their presence is -1 and -2 respectively. They're not the best conversationalists.
Well, I got 2 presents, so they are now restrained. Snarling roots snag their legs and hold them in place.
Wow, these goblins must have just pissed because they got no pee.
No.
And both are winded as well. They are restrained and winded, unable to move.
Ooh.
Okay, I've spent all my drama points. I don't get any back. That's fine. But my revitalizing limerick is active. I think Holly and I have been hit the most, so each of us can spend a recovery to regain some stamina. So I'm going to do that.
I would like to do that as well.
You each recover 1/3 of your health.
Perfect. Back to 17 out of 24.
Very nice.
We're at 20.
Oh, you'd taken some hits.
I did. I was at 9 stamina. I was looking great.
Scary.
I'm a big target.
Well, smoke them if you got them. I got 1 insight point, so I'm going to use that to do my triggered action of hesitation is weakness. Keep up the attack. Never give them a moment's grace. As I will then immediately go and take my turn.
Stealing a turn from the goblins as the round resets to the top, you go before they have a chance.
And I get 3 insights!
That's fantastic.
Which I'm gonna then immediately use to do 2 throats at once.
You're in the exact same spot. You can hit them both, and they're restrained now, so you have an edge on the attack against them.
Since you're using that heroic ability, I am going to gain myself a little focus.
How many
Thank
focus
you.
do you have?
I'm back up to 2 already.
Wow.
Oh. Ooh.
What?
19!
Natural 19?
Yes!
Natty 19.
Natty 19!
Oh my
That
god.
is guaranteed going to kill both of the restrained ones. They each have 4 hit points left, and you get to immediately act again.
So I do 11 damage.
Yes, you do 11 damage to each of them. They're dead.
They're dead.
They had 4 hit points left, but you get to immediately act again as the reward for your crit.
I also get 3 drama.
Yo!
Let's go! Okay, fire.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'm just gonna run up to this other bozo,
Yeah.
and I'm just... Fade! Oh my god, I'm rolling so hot. Okay, that is going to be 16, so that's going to be just shy of hitting. So that'll be 8 damage to him.
8 damage is the amount of health this final one has left. Give
Because
us a
you hit him
description.
earlier.
You just killed 3 goblins in one turn. Give us a read on what all this looks like.
Truly just a specter of slash 2 throats at once, and like my big billowing cloak. Anyone who has read the Mistborn series, very much that evocative kind of cloak, as she just dashes forward and just right into the throat of this goblin.
And it falls dead to the ground. The last of the goblins slain. A quiet calm, with tension in the air, fills the glade. With your success, you each gain a victory.
Let's go.
Huzzah!
Very nicely done. Now, at the start of every subsequent combat, you will be gaining a starting pool of your heroic resource based on how many victories you have. So every fight that you keep pushing further and further, you start with more ability to jump right into your big abilities. Amazing. As the quiet falls over the glade and the last green-skinned gobbo hits the ground, Ashley comes up from her cowering position and looks to you all with amazement and a little bit of fear in her eyes. She says, "Please, she's in there.
We will bring her back.
Save Violet."
You needn't worry. This is what we prepared for.
Have no fear, for the Azure Legends will save your daughter.
I thought we were Darius.
And just remember that is Darius, Noelle, and a shadowy figure. All right, bye. Come on, guys. Let's go.
Their name is Amaranth, but I think they want you to leave that out.
Up, Noelle.
You all head hurriedly down into the chambers below. Allow me a moment to see where you're heading next.
I'm working on like a rebranding thing. I feel like just being Darius, I don't want to take credit for all your hard work, but as a group name, Azure Legends, just, rolls right off the tongue.
Isn't there the Dragon Knight Conclave, the Azure Scale? Aren't you afraid we're kind of hitting on the same notes there?
Well, it's better than Blue's Clues, so, we're working on it. We're working on it.
Debatable.
We'll workshop it, all right? But, adventures afoot.
As you do your recoveries from the fight, do you want to spend any additional recoveries and catch your breath before heading deeper? How are y'all at health-wise?
I'm only missing 1 point of health, so I feel like we're doing.
I'm gonna
doing
spend
okay.
another recovery.
Where are you at currently?
I'm at 17 out of 24.
Yeah, it makes sense. Just pop up to full.
Yeah, I mean, I got 6 more recovery, I'll be fine.
Yeah. Level, spend it.
It's only a one-shot. I mean, my character's gonna die at the end of this.
He's got the doom sight.
I'm not gonna die to some goblins.
He's like on my destined journey, losing to a bunch of ankle biters.
And Noelle is perfectly untouched.
Yay!
Yay.
How tactical.
How tactical.
How tactical.
Any final things y'all want to do to prepare before you head in?
Well, I want to go in sneaky style. I want to go in searching.
Kind of scout ahead and see what's in the next room before the whole party joins? Mm-hmm. Totally. Give me an agility roll, and if you have the stealth bonus, the stealth skill, you'll take a +2 bonus.
So I have the sneak skill and I have the hide skill.
Sneak. You can only apply 1 skill to any given check.
Cool.
Is it dark as we're descending?
We shall see.
Don't even worry, because I know that you're a sick pervert, Julian.
Thanks.
And so
What does that have
I
to do with the game?
took Hellsight, that your eyes can see through darkness, fog, and other obscuring effects, because I know you're sick in the head, and you love to mess with that.
I also have the eavesdrop skill, which allows me to actively listen to something that's hard to hear, such as whispered conversation through a door. Could I perhaps listen down the hallway to eavesdrop on enemy movement?
Yeah, and if you eavesdrop, so you give me your test first, actually. So give me an intuition test at +2 for your eavesdrop ability, and then if you succeed here, this will be something of an assist to Holly's roll, which will give an additional edge.
15.
Very nice. You listen down the stairs and hear nothing in the immediate adjacency.
Sounds all clear.
I only got an 8.
An 8. Well, thankfully, you're sneaking into an area that has no foes present. you skulk your way down the stairs and into a large chamber, a dark chamber. A chamber that seems to have been previously lit. Your hell sight sees through the darkened interior, and you can see a central, large brazier, within which faint embers still glow. It was lit within the last hour, to be sure, but it has since been snuffed, as have the torches strung up along the walls in the various little sconces. Along the walls, you can see faded frescoes that, in the dark, give me the whole house thing. Is it just you see perfectly in the darkness? Mm-hmm. Amazing. Okay. You can see the frescoes clearly and see that while there are many bedrolls scattered about the room and the stench of the goblin habitation is a little strong in your nose, you plug up with the cotton swabs provided earlier by your good partner Noelle. The goblins themselves are nowhere to be seen. They have since left this chamber empty, save for the recent footprints of the warriors and ambushers who had left from the interior to attack you in the glade. There are no living beings present here in this chamber, just the burning ashes in the brazier and the ornate frescoes lining the walls, many bedrolls strewn about the chamber.
So I will kind of sneak back out and I'll gesture for everyone to come in. And yeah, I think can I search around?
You take a basic scan of the place, do a bit of a count of the total amount of bedrolls to get a bit of a better sense of the full scope of the enemies you're facing. You've slain 6, and there are a total of 14 bedrolls. In theory, 8 goblins still remain. Other than that, there's assorted bits of food stuff and leavings scattered throughout the chamber. They don't seem to have much reverence for this place. Frescoes on the walls show an edifice of starving, wounded humans drinking from an ornate chalice, and from there turning into powerful, healthy warriors who do battle with a horde of demons.
Ooh, me and Skylar probably have similar things. I
Yeah.
have history and culture. What do you got?
I have history as well as religion. Then I also have magic, monster strategy. I have a lot of knowledge / lore skills, but history or religion seem like maybe things I might be able to apply here. And then culture seems maybe relevant for you as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lots of relevant stuff. Let's have a reason test from both of you, and you can each add, you all have relevant skills, so you can each add +2.
Great.
And we'll see what you all know between the two of you.
Looks like it's going to be a 16.
I only got a 12.
Both of you are in tier 2. Both of you recognize what it is you are seeing here. The frescoes, given the age of the tomb, would be depicting human warriors from the days of the Kalian Empire, the great empire that once stretched basically the length and breadth of the world, the empire from whence derives the Kalian language that you still speak to this day, the common tongue of the continent. These warriors would be the legions, the Kalian legion of that time, and the cup the warriors drink from would be the cup of Julius, a legendary treasure said to have the power to transform even the weakest individuals into powerful warriors.
Could use me a sip of that. Not to say that I'm weak, but, you know. I'm gonna guess it's not in this very room.
Wouldn't you know it? Speaking of Holly, you're searching around.
And it's glowing on this pedestal in the back.
Yeah, it floats. It's got a little like vignetting around it. you hover your mouse over it. The text is purple.
We look in the corner and there's a guy in a fine suit with a sign above him that just says sommelier holding the liquid like,
It's purple.
Sommelier is not an inaccurate thing to say, because in your searching through the bedrolls, you do find a pouch of a bit of a finer make than the bedrolls you see themselves. This is likely stolen. You wouldn't expect the goblins to have made this. And inside contains 3 stoppered bottles, along with 5 ounces of dried leaves and a recipe written in Kalian. A quick scour through it shows it is a recipe for the crafting of a healing potion.
Ooh, I have the cooking skill.
Ooh.
Perhaps I can make use of this.
Heck yeah. So I'm going to give most of it to my teammates. And then can I try to see if I know what these potions are? I do have a skill for magic.
Magic, yeah. Did you have any skill for alchemy?
I do. Let me triple check. No, I'm trying to switch it up.
These are alchemical, but not, as far as I'm aware, magical in nature. So you can make a reason test, but it won't have any bonus.
Okay.
Would I be able to possibly give an assist by knowing healing and being able to rule out whether or not these are healing potions by knowing what those would look or smell like?
I think with your healing skill, you actually wouldn't need a roll to identify. If you unstop her and give it a whiff, these are definitely healing potions. And I save you, Holly, from what by your face looks to me like might have been a bit of a poor roll.
Well, at first I thought it was a natural 20, and then I remembered how to read D100s, and so it was an 11, and then I was laughing because I got really excited. Guys.
As you get a natural 20, you stab again.
Guys. It's an 11.
All right.
But with your healing experience, a quick unstoppering and a whiff, these are healing potions for sure.
Okay, fantastic.
And there's 3 of them.
Oh, great.
Wouldn't you know it?
How convenient.
Wouldn't you love?
Funnily enough, that's a number that doesn't get modified in this module based on scale. It's just there happens to be 3, and there are 3 of y'all.
Great.
Fantastic.
We'll each take one.
The room is not the end of this interior. There is a hall that continues on along the far wall from where you are. You've examined the frescoes. You've rustled through the bags. Anything else you want to do in here before you depart?
I guess if we are going forward, I don't know if there's anything in this particular room I'd like to do, but I wouldn't mind implementing my ability to, I do have the search skill, just to like search for any traps that might be, you know, either in the hallway or as we're exiting the room, things that we might need to look out for.
Totally. We'll do that as we head in. I'll also add, retrospectively, of course, that one of our cohort has the ability to see in the dark. I am assuming that y'all have lit something. There are torches left along the walls that could be ignited.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, probably has a torch.
Which of you has a hand free to possibly wield it?
I've been staying in the back, so I think it's fair if Noelle holds a torch.
Awesome. Noelle will be the one who holds the light.
Yeah, my bat requires 2 hands.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And Amaranth is, of course, swinging with 2 daggers. How else do you
Yes.
open 2 throats?
I don't know.
At a discount. You continue on, and down the hall, and fittingly, Noelle is the one equipped with the light, as she is the one leading the search for the traps. Could I have a roll of intuition plus search, so +2, to see if you spy any traps? This can be reason or intuition, whichever is higher for you.
Well, it's not gonna matter regardless. That's pretty bad. Yeah, it's gonna be like a 9.
Tier 1.
So tier 1.
You find it.
Oh, no.
Click.
Oh, you got the sound effect right and everything. This is a good old-fashioned pressure plate, baby. You all proceed down into the hall that rounds a left-handed corner and proceeds further on in a long stretch. Frescoes along the narrow hall show beautiful images that I will be happy to describe, but before those come up...
So you want to be very careful in mini dungeons and things like this. There are oftentimes traps.
You're going to tell me about traps? You're going to tell me about... I studied at the college of... Oh, it's open.
So you just want to watch where you step.
Click! And, Skylar, can I have an agility test, please?
No, that's my worst thing. Yeah, that's gonna be a tier 1 for sure.
Oof.
I don't think it's worth even using a hero token. I think I'm just gonna fail.
As you step forward through the hall and imply that you are about to be thoroughly on the lookout for traps, much earlier in the hall, perhaps, than you had been anticipating it, you step forward, hear a click, and from the side of the wall, through a thin, horizontal slit that runs the length of the hall, a bladed scythe swings laterally out towards you in a scything motion as though to cut you like tall grass. And you take 7 damage as you describe how it nicks you but ultimately leaves you alive. It's coming in at like waist height.
I think it's
That's one way to get a tummy tuck.
I think because they don't, it's not HP in the traditional sense, it is stamina. So I think what happens is Noelle finds herself winded as she ducks down immediately and it cuts off her knot, and now she has like a butch style like short haircut as the top of her knot is totally like cut off as she ducks down, exposes her bun, and it goes shaved off.
Instantly loses like all of the hair she had tied up.
All right.
That was close.
As your torch falls and clatters to the ground, the illumination proceeds further into the chamber, and you see a little deeper in a goblin body dead on the ground, and its decapitated head slightly closer to y'all than its body. What is waist height for you is neck height for them.
All right. And unless you want another haircut or worse, how about I go in front and I can disable traps?
Oh, fantastic. I wasn't aware you could.
You served for the House of Alvaro for years. Fucking Antonio ruins it all.
Wasn't your whole thing that you didn't want to be known?
I'm gonna need, if you're looking to disarm it, you can now observe, there's a couple elements. There is the slit along the wall. There is the pressure plate itself. What element are you trying to interfere with or disarm?
So I'm going to want to mess with the pressure plate. They want to jam it.
Jam it so it can't get depressed? Totally. Let's have an agility test. Do you have any relevant skills you think would be applicable here?
Yes, I have sabotage. Disable a mechanical device such as a trap.
That sounds like it. And in addition to the bonus of the skill, you have seen the trap in action, so you have an edge on the attempt to disarm it. So +2 from the edge, and then an additional +2 from the skill, and then plus your agility, which I think is also +2. So there's a total of +6 on this roll.
Ayo. Oh, mama. Okay, that's going to be 13 plus 6. That is tier 3.
19, very nice. You go and reach into your pouch and pull out a finger fan full of throwing daggers and insert them in. You kind of get down on all fours right on the ground and see the tiny little space beneath the pressure plate where it actuates up and down as it is depressed. Like little toothpicks, just sink, 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 slide them in between the stones, such that if someone were to step on the plate, they catch on the blades and the plate cannot descend further.
Very cool.
With that, the trap is disarmed. Very nice. You have a little more freedom now to take an actual look at the frescoes here on the wall. They'll never suspect the second pressure plate.
And with that, I'm going to search for more traps.
Yes! A thorough inspection of the room and a consequence of your tier 3 reward, you discover that this was the sole trap in this hallway.
Because they never suspect the second trap.
They never suspect the second trap. But in this one, you were correct and not suspected. It is not here. Meanwhile, our historians evaluate the walls. The frescoes of this wall of the hallway show a fallen knight and then the same chalice being carried by a procession of warriors into a tomb carved with the name Delius atop its entrance.
Was the outside of this tomb titled Delius?
We didn't focus much on the exterior of the tomb, but a quick little roll backwards out of the room you came in and a pop out to see it in the setting sunlight through the glade. Delius is inscribed beneath the face on the edifice of the tomb.
Legendary treasure awaits us! Fine legends.
Could I make a roll on this Delius person? See if I know anything about their, feats, lore, etc.?
100%.
Fantastic. Would history be relevant?
Yes.
Excellent. 15.
15, tier 2. Delius was a renowned general and leader, head of the Delian order formed in his name, a cadre of elite knights that served the Kalian Empire for many years past Delius's death. The Cup of Julius was an artifact, a treasure, forged in the wake of the death of his son, Julius. In the wake of the tragedy that took his son from him, the battle of the very river you crossed on the way here to this dungeon. It's been a long time since that history. This is, again, more than 1,000 years hence. But we are here now in the same valley that this battle was fought in. This cup was christened after Iulius fell in battle, and his father Delius persisted on afterwards. He fed the cup with the water of the river, and fed it to his soldiers. And so were they emboldened in their further battles against the demon hordes they faced.
Sounds like the stuff of legends.
With that, you all proceed further on. I'm keeping note that, of course, our eavesdropping Darius is keeping ears open. You were successful earlier, and I'm rolling that through as we go. I'm not going to make you make a roll again and again for every subsequent room. You've still not heard any sounds from the coming chamber, and as you pass the corpse of the goblin on the ground, the blood is fairly long dried at this point. They weren't cut down in the last, hour or so.
I didn't just happen to kill a goblin by stepping on the pressure plate at the most opportune time.
That would be really funny if he was waiting at the end to come get you, but he has been dead since before you entered the chamber. Further examination of the room, you see lots of kind of dirty scuff marks on the ground that imply that in the time since, goblins here in the tomb have been scuttling down the chamber, just crawling. They crawl down the hall, is how they traverse this, now that they lost old Jerry.
Why did I know you were gonna call him Jerry? I was
Predictable.
thinking Jeremiah.
Please, Jeremiah was his father.
We only have so many names.
Especially for goblins. I mean, have you seen D&D Tube? The amount of boblins in the ecosystem, it's ruined. It's
Done.
there's no more funny names for goblins. We ran out. And goblins are not what await you in the chamber to come. You turn the corner into a chamber that I would call subtly decorated. A 20-foot-long, radiating red skull is painted on the ground.
Oh, minimalist.
It is throbbing with an angry light that
So
fills
hot.
the chamber. So the room is lit, so you don't need the torch in this room.
Great.
A dozen stone coffins lie tucked against the east and west walls of this room, and to the north, a statue of a proud human warrior holding a spear is built against the wall. To the side of it, it is inscribed, though at this distance you cannot read it. From within the room, with your eavesdropping, you can hear a sinister, muffled chanting from the wall behind the statue.
This glowing from the skull, is there a roll I can make with my magic lore to maybe know, what this is, what's going on? Maybe if I hear that there's chanting, know if this is, an active sort of effect, or if this would be dangerous for us to, get involved with? Dangerous as in, if we touch
glowing
the...
red skull is safe or not? I mean, it's a lovely, decor piece.
All right,
give me a reason test to learn about that skull.
All right. Man, I am rolling like ass. Big glowing skull, it's probably bad. I got a first tier success.
As you step into the chamber, you reach out, thinking at first, and then subsequently reaching out with your mind to the skull on the ground. Your curiosity about its magic seems to almost open some sort of link. You take 5 psychic damage
Oh.
Okay.
as you learn the fell truth of this ominous glyph. 5 psychic damage for 5 words. I think it's time to draw steel as the coffins begin to shift.
Shing.
Shing.
I feel like perhaps as Noelle was entering the room, and upon seeing the glowing skull and taking a step forward, the voices in my head just whisper, "Danger, danger, danger. Goblins, goblins, rise, rise." And then click, and then zap. Told you so.
As the coffin covers of these various sarcophagi slide to the side and to the ground, a series of undead rise from their graves. Nearest to you, flanking the walls, they all kind of rise in lovely little arranged pairs, one on each side of the chamber.
Are they holding hands?
No, because they're very far apart from each other.
Damn.
Rising closest to you are a set of ghouls, gray-skinned, pulled, taut, long, extended, razor-sharp claws and long, lolling tongues. Behind them, bloated, sallow zombies lurch their way up from their tombs, and deeper in the chamber against the further parts of the wall, naught but bone remains as skeletons, clad in rusted, faded armaments, click and clamber out of their coffins. You are not surprised here, so we will do a roll. Who wants to roll to see which side goes first?
I'll do it this time. It's 4.
For the creatures begin. And this is when we're going to introduce a mechanic that intentionally we had left out for the first encounter because there were no uses for it at the time. But it's time to introduce my heroic resource.
What?
Or dare I say, my villainous resource. Malice. Malice is a resource I gain at the beginning of my turns, and it ramps up with the round number, and I get an amount of it at the top equal to the average number of y'all's victories, so 1. I get an amount equal to the number of heroes, so 3. And then I get 1 for every round number. So round 1, I get 1. I'm starting with 5.
Oh.
And it's gonna go up from there.
Ooh.
I think to begin, I think the zombies are going to go first. The zombies are going to lurch out of their coffins and move closer. 2 spaces towards you after clambering out of its coffin. Noelle, this bloated corpse, lurches towards you, and I'm gonna spend... Ooh, no, it's gonna even move 1 space further forward so we can catch everybody. It lurches forward, and as a maneuver, I am gonna spend 3 malice, and it just falls forward onto the ground with a wet splat as a bunch of corpse-riddled dust kicks up from its body, a wave of rot and dust in a burst of 2, meaning all 3 of you are within this area of effect. I'm gonna make a roll.
Yucky.
Yucky indeed.
Woo, that's a 19 total.
What?
Maximum. Everybody takes 4 corruption damage.
Ow.
And anybody with might less than 2 is dazed.
Oh no.
Save ends. Who is dazed? Who has might less than 2?
Me.
I have might too.
I am a mighty warrior.
Okay.
I'm dazed.
Thankfully, only Amaranth is dazed. This zombie flops down on the ground. The corpse spores spread around, and Amaranth, you feel yourself going a little hazy in the wave. That was just this thing's maneuver.
Okay.
But getting up from prone is also a maneuver, so it is going to do its main action, clobber and clutch signature strike from prone, meaning it has a bane on this attack. And it's targeting Noelle.
Okay.
Oh. So that's a crit.
Ah!
Oh,
Well, I gain a drama.
Okay.
The drama.
Noelle, you take 7 damage and are grabbed
okay.
by the zombie, and it gets to go again. And the edge from grabbing you and the bane from being prone cancel each other out, so its follow-up attack on you is no longer any plus or minus. 13, so 15 for a tier 2, 6 more damage.
So it was 9 and 6.
So 15 total damage to Noelle.
That's pretty bad.
Pretty bad. The zombie is no good. The other zombie is then going to clamber forth as well, going up to the dazed Amaranth.
Yep.
It lurches forward and as well is going to attempt to clobber and clutch. Let's see what dazed does.
I actually was just looking it up. Dazed is a condition that limits a creature to doing only one thing on their turn. Use a main action, a maneuver, or a move action. I cannot use triggered actions, free triggered actions, or free maneuvers.
Oof, rough.
How long does that last?
Save ends, meaning at the end of every one of your turns, you can make a save, and it's a coin flip's chance that it ends or it doesn't.
Okay.
That roll is going to be a 12, so just barely a tier 2 success, meaning that it has not grabbed you, but it does deal 6 damage to you. as it clobbers towards you and swings with its sickly arms. That is the end of the zombie's turn.
Maybe I go, so then I can hopefully end.
Ooh, I was thinking, I feel like I should go because I need to heal. If another one of these things gets a turn, I'm at 2 HP.
Oh,
You're at 2 stamina?
I'm at 2 stamina.
Baby.
So
Heard.
my thought is I have a bit ways to heal myself.
Heard,
Right.
heard.
So at the start of your turn, Skylar, Noelle has, though the psychic damage of making contact has wounded her so, you do have a bit of a sense of what this skull on the ground is doing. The skull is the thing that is animating these dead.
Okay. Would there seem to be any sort of way to influence or interact with the skull?
The skull has been etched into the ground. You're now close enough to see that it has been, like, etched in, seemingly with maybe a pick or a dagger they weren't going to use again. And then what was etched into the ground, the shape of the skull, was then filled with some now glowing red fluid. You're close enough to smell the blood. So it's little divots filled with blood now glowing.
Okay, interesting. I don't know if there's anything that I can do about that specifically right now, but that is good to know. What I am going to do is I am going to mark this zombie right in front of me that has done this as my maneuver.
Beautiful.
I'm then going to spend 3 focus to use my Inspiring Strike. I get to make a melee strike against it, and depending on the successes, I can spend a recovery.
Okay.
And potentially, me and an ally can spend a recovery. We'll have to see.
Very
I do
nice.
have...
Edge from your mark is only for allies, not for yourself, right?
edges for myself as well.
Oh, nice.
My mark
So-
target, any one of us attacking gets an edge.
So you have double edge and Bane. Bane from the grab, double edge for prone and mark, so you get an edge.
Ooh, I'm actually going to use a reaction that I have as a Memenek, where I can do Keeper of Order. Me or a creature adjacent to me, if I'm making a power roll, I can remove an edge or a Bane as a free action once around. I'm going to remove that Bane so I can keep a double edge.
Okay, excellent use of that. That's fantastic.
Okay, fantastic. So double edge on
really
this.
liking this edge and Bane system. This is great.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's amazing. 17 naturally plus math. It's going to be a tier 3 success no matter
Yep.
what. And so with a tier 3 success, I do 12 damage,
Youch.
and me and an ally within 10 squares can spend a recovery. So Amaranth, I know you just took some damage, so we both get to spend a recovery and heal off of this
Huge.
strike.
Damn.
And if you're still low, you still have your healing potion, which I believe is a free action.
Quaffing a potion is a maneuver, and they
That's a
use
maneuver.
their
I use my maneuver to mark.
to mark.
Okay.
But I will still get a good heal off of that and not feel displeased even a little bit.
Very nice, very nice.
I
and
don't-
the zombie is winded as well.
Can it make an opportunity attack from prone?
It doesn't restrict its ability to make reactions or opportunity attacks, so it still can. No, it can't, because anytime it would have a Bane on an attack, it can't make an opportunity attack, but it does have the edge of grappling you. So, well, if it's grappling you, you can't leave its adjacency anyway.
Ah.
Yeah, it's still grabbing your ankles.
Okay, yeah. So this thing either has to die or I spend a maneuver to get ungrabbed.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, I'll just stay where I am and end my turn.
All right, it's still holding on to you, but it does get rebuked by you, and you heal both yourself and your ally. Pretty critical. I think it's going to be a volley from the skeletons up next.
We all know what sound skeletons make. Yeah!
As they both bring up old javelins from their graves and hurl them forwards, with the tips of them reinforced in bony shards. I think this is going to be one shot at our grabbed compatriot. Ooh. Edges on grab for ranged attacks or melee only? Let's see. Oh, I was actually incorrect about grabbing. Grabbing doesn't impose boons or banes on attacking the thing you have grabbed, so something might have been wrong earlier. We're not going to roll back and find exactly what numbers would have been different there. I don't even think it would have had an effect.
Does that mean I can get my free triggered reaction? Because I can only do that once a round for my Memenek
Sure.
ability.
Yeah, but
Cool.
get that back, because it wouldn't have had an effect. Specifically, when you're grabbed, you take a bane on abilities that don't target the creature that has you grabbed.
Oh, so if
So
I did
you-
something else, I'd have a bane.
yeah.
Understood.
Okay, so hold on to that for later. You can still keep that for later on.
Good. Might need it.
First shot is going to be just... Nope, that is a tier 1, so only 4 damage to Noelle as a javelin flies by your side.
Gang, would it be okay if I used 2 of our hero tokens to heal in response to this damage? We haven't used many of them yet. I went down almost all the way and I'm still pretty hurt.
That's
Would
fine
anyone
with
feel
me.
against that?
Nah, sounds good. We want you up and in this fight.
Excellent. I'm gonna spend 2. I'll get to spend a recovery before the damage hits.
Amazing.
So I'll heal 11, then take 4.
Okay, fantastic. And the bones, as the javelin kind of lands and thunks into your boot, you can feel the bones in the javelin vibrating as they pierce the boot sole. If you will take 2 damage the first time you willingly move on your turn.
Ooh.
As it
Okay.
locks you in place with the vibrating shards. The other skeleton similarly hurls. This one is going the distance. It's going for speed. It's aiming at the backliner Darius. With a maximum 7 damage to Darius and the same effect. You'll take 2 damage if you move before that skeleton goes again.
I think with spending hero tokens specifically, it just says that you regain stamina equal to your recovery value, but I don't actually think it takes a recovery.
Very nice. Save the recovery for later. That's the end of the skeleton's turn. Who wants to go next, as the vibrations perhaps dissuade the movement of our heroes?
I'll go next because that way I can proc my revitalizing limerick performance ability, which will allow people to heal at the end of my turn.
Smart.
So Darius will go next. We'll begin the "There once was a man from Capital" and activate my revitalizing limerick, but that'll come into play shortly. So I'm not allowed to move from my square.
If you do, you'll take 2 damage.
Okay, great. There are a lot of them, and they're all quite strong. So, because my target option for Devastating Rush includes an object, I'm just going to get to the center of the problem, the skull, and I'm going to take some small damage to rush forward 3 squares and hit it right in the middle of the eyes of the face of the skull.
You do
Of
your
the
full
nipples.
rush 3, which will amp up the damage you do. Give me an attack roll, please.
Okay, so after the roll, that is going to be a tier 2, so that's 8 damage. And then I also add 3 more damage from the number of squares I moved.
Okay, so that's a total of 11 damage to the skull.
Yes.
You swing your great Oni hammer down with reckless abandon and slam into the skull. Make sure to take the 2 damage from triggering the vibrating bone shards in your boots. The skull is going to take 11 damage, and your party members are just barely not touching the skull. So this is good because only you are going to take 5 retributive lightning damage. And the lightning rides up your club and into your knuckles.
That's great, because now that I have 7 drama, I'm going to fake my death.
What?
So, oh happy dagger, this is thy sheath. I have a maneuver called Fake My Death. I turn invisible and I create a magic illusion of my corpse falling where I am. I get a +3 bonus to speed while I'm invisible, and I ignore difficult terrain. And it lasts until my next turn.
There's no way.
Or until the illusion is interacted with or I take damage. So I'm just gonna like, and Darius's illusion will like on the ground. And then I'm gonna walk away out of the range of the skull.
Dazed Amaranth is like, oh my god.
Yeah, actually, I want to know, in real and in truth, this is the first time y'all have seen Darius do this ability. Your ally, he of the doomed sight, the Hakan, Darius of Great Legends, has fallen. How do you both react?
Oh, we're so fucked.
And Noelle.
We should run.
And that is where we're going to rejoin our heroes on the next episode of Tiny Table. The sigil is an object can't be winded, but it is severely scarred from the 11 damage and may yet fall before the undead do. But the only one we know to be dead now, rest in peace, is Darius.
Of great legends.
May Saint Ajax protect him.
Some legend dying to freaking zombos.
Dying to paint on the ground.
Yeah, rest in pebbles, rock boy.
Damn.
His blood. See y'all next week for the finale.
Hi, and thank you for listening to our podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, then we'd really appreciate if you left us a review. If you really like what we do here and want to support us further, you can join us at patreon.com/tinytablepodcast. Our business email is also open for inquiries at tinytablebusiness@gmail.com, and all of our socials can be found in the episode description for any shenanigans you might want to follow. Till next time, see ya!
Welcome to the Shoutout Corner. This week, we would like to thank Anna, a cut purse with a heart of gold who uses their skills to place small change in the pockets of strangers. So when you reach down and find that crisp 20, maybe you just forgot about it, or maybe it was our sneaky shadow. Callie, a centaur hedge knight who is loved throughout the land. Despite their good reputation, however, they're sadly banned from jousting tournaments for their obvious advantage. Drake, an archer with aim so sharp they can fire a toothpick from across the room and perfectly pierce that piece of spinach you had stuck between your teeth from lunch. Embarrassing for you, but really impressive. E.g., a druid wrestler who is famous for taking down any opponent using nothing but their bare hands. Emerson, a censor of the Holy Church who generates their wrath before every battle by watching mobile game ads on their phone. I'd hate to be their next opponent. Jade, a powerful oracle who claims she can see into the past. In actuality, however, she's unknowingly bending reality to match her visions, meaning she can tell you what you had for lunch, even if you skipped lunch. Joe, this frontline fighter bravely acts as the tank for their party. And I mean that literally. They were a tank operator in the real world before getting isekai'd with their vehicle into draw steel. Overpowered. Jordan, the owner of the only birdless pigeon post. How do they deliver mail without any birds, you ask? Simple. They're just strong enough to throw your package to anywhere on the continent. I just hope it isn't fragile. Cly, known as the Kingslayer, this feared individual earned their dreaded reputation by being really good at chess. It's a little misleading. Logan, an alchemist famous for their 3-in-1 potion brew. It'll heal you, make you 10 times stronger, and tackles dandruff at its source. Yours for only 3 easy payments of $14.99. Matthew, this powerful elementalist doesn't conjure fire, earth, or air, but rather they can conjure the elements of the periodic table at a whim. Good luck fighting radioactive plutonium with a sword, loser. Nancy, a powerful troubadour who has inspired heroes, stopped calamities, and saved countless lives. However, due to their instrument of choice being the recorder, the concerts held in their honor are sorely lacking in attendance. Pleasure Goblin, a gnoll who took the idea of the 1-inch punch and perfected it down to a science. Their new and improved 1 plank punch is really something to watch out for, if you physically could. Sparky, this Storm White is the leader of a group of warriors who all share shape-changing and animalistic powers. They gather annually to train in what is famously referred to as the first ever Fury Convention. Stefan, another famous alchemist who takes parts from slain beasts to create a powerful, vitalizing brew known, somewhat famously, as Monster Energy. Tammy, this shadow is so stealthy that she becomes fully invisible to the naked eye when sneaking. This is great, aside from the one time she snuck into the lair of a beholder who happened to have a fashion degree. Guess it doesn't work on closed eyes. The first 4 notes of Megalovania. A necromancer whose powers are so potent they can revive food that's past its expiration date. Now, they never do this, they have an undead army to raise, but it is a cool party trick. And finally, Thy Dungeon Gal, a cloister who through their divine connection can actually pray the gay away. And the straight away. It honestly just prays anyone away. It's a prayer that physically pushes people. I don't know why I got so specific. Anyway, with all that, we'll see you next week, folks. So till then, ta-ta.